Have you ever found yourself wondering why your body just doesn't feel as strong as it used to, even though you're doing your best to stay healthy? You eat well, or at least, you try to. You take your supplements, maybe go for walks, stretch, or do some light strength training. But despite all that, your legs feel a little shakier. Getting up from a chair takes more effort than it should. Carrying groceries from the car leaves you winded. And stairs? They feel steeper than they used to. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. What you're experiencing may not be just normal aging. In fact, what's happening inside your body could be something much more specific, a condition called sarcopenia. It's a gradual and often invisible loss of muscle mass and strength that affects millions of Americans over the age of 60. According to research from the National Institutes of Health, nearly 1 in 3 adults over 60 faces some form of sarcopenia, and many don't even know it. The signs are subtle at first: fatigue, weakness, slower recovery from everyday activities, but left unchecked, it can increase the risk of falls, fractures, and even loss of independence. The good news is, muscle loss isn't inevitable. Science now shows that the right nutrition can help your body not only slow down muscle breakdown, but actively rebuild and strengthen muscle tissue even later in life. And one of the most powerful places to begin is with your first meal of the day, breakfast. But here's the surprising truth. Many common breakfast foods we've trusted for years may actually be doing more harm than good when it comes to muscle health. In fact, 2 of the most popular morning choices, white bread and black coffee on an empty stomach, might be silently sabotaging your strength. Let's start with white bread. It's quick, familiar, and comforting. Maybe it's been part of your morning routine for decades. A couple of slices toasted, maybe with butter or jam, before you head out the door or start your day. But what's happening inside your body when you eat white bread first thing in the morning isn't so comforting, because white bread is made from refined flour with most of its fiber and nutrients stripped away. It behaves more like sugar than food. The moment it reaches your stomach, it rapidly breaks down into glucose and floods your bloodstream with sugar. In response, your body releases a surge of insulin to manage the spike. That insulin surge doesn't just regulate your blood sugar, it also interferes with your body's ability to absorb and utilize protein. In other words, your muscles are being locked out from the building blocks they need to repair and grow. Even worse, once the sugar spike wears off, and it always does, it leaves your blood sugar crashing. And when your body needs energy during that crash, it doesn't turn to fat. It often turns to muscle, breaking it down to convert into fuel. Over time, that daily habit of white toast in the morning could be chipping away at your strength. A study from Tufts University followed older adults who consumed refined carbs for breakfast, especially white bread. After just 2 years, participants who regularly consumed white bread in the morning had significantly lower muscle mass and grip strength compared to those who opted for whole grains or protein-based meals. It's a powerful reminder that something as small as the kind of bread we choose in the morning can have real, long-term consequences. Now let's talk about coffee. More specifically, black coffee consumed on an empty stomach. For many of us, it's a cherished ritual: waking up, brewing that first cup, and sitting in quiet stillness before the day begins. But if your coffee comes before any food, especially protein or fat, your body may interpret it as a stress signal. That's because caffeine, when consumed alone, stimulates your adrenal glands to release cortisol, your body's primary stress hormone. In moderation and at the right time, cortisol can be helpful. But elevated cortisol, especially in the morning without food, sends a dangerous message to your muscles: break down for emergency energy. Your body, believing it's under stress, starts converting muscle protein into glucose, essentially eating away at the very tissue you're trying to preserve. Even more concerning, this cortisol surge can linger for hours, suppressing the production of IGF-1, a key hormone responsible for muscle repair and growth. That means even if you eat a healthy, protein-rich lunch later in the day, your body may not be able to use it effectively because that early morning cortisol spike blocked your muscle building switch. Studies from the Mayo Clinic and University of California show that older adults who consumed coffee on an empty stomach consistently had lower levels of muscle building hormones throughout the day, leading to higher rates of muscle loss and fatigue. The fix isn't to give up coffee entirely, but rather to time it more thoughtfully. By eating a small meal with protein or healthy fats before or alongside your coffee, you give your body the buffer it needs to handle caffeine more gracefully without triggering unnecessary muscle breakdown. As we continue, we'll explore 3 more common breakfast choices that might be quietly working against your strength. But more importantly, I'll share with you 5 delicious, affordable, and science-backed foods you can start including in your breakfast tomorrow morning to help you rebuild what's been lost and feel stronger again. Let's continue our journey by looking at another breakfast favorite that many of us grew up loving: processed meats like bacon, sausage, and deli ham. For years, we've been told these are excellent sources of protein. And yes, they are convenient, flavorful, and give that nostalgic feeling of a comforting meal. But beneath that sizzle and smoky taste lies something far more troubling, especially for aging muscles. Processed meats are typically preserved with chemicals called nitrates and nitrites. These compounds help extend shelf life and enhance color, but when they reach your stomach, they can transform into substances known as nitrosamines. According to the American Institute for Cancer Research, nitrosamines are highly inflammatory compounds that don't just affect your gut, they travel through your bloodstream and reach your muscle tissues. There, they trigger a cascade of inflammation and oxidative stress that quietly erodes muscle fibers over time. What's even more concerning is the way nitrosamines interfere with your muscle cells' energy centers, your mitochondria. These are the tiny structures inside each cell responsible for producing the energy that muscles need to move, contract, and recover. When these mitochondria are damaged, your muscles lose their ability to repair and regenerate efficiently. You might still be getting protein from that bacon or sausage, but the inflammatory damage it causes can undo those benefits. Your body ends up fighting an uphill battle trying to build muscle with one hand while tearing it down with the other. A long-term observational study by the National Institute on Aging found that older adults who regularly consumed processed meats at breakfast experienced significantly greater declines in mobility and grip strength over 2 years. Many of them reported chronic fatigue, soreness after light activity, and even tremors that interfered with daily tasks. It wasn't just about muscle size, it was about losing functional strength. Now let's shift to a food that's often praised for being healthy: a bowl of oatmeal with skim milk. You've likely heard it recommended by doctors, nutritionists, and health magazines alike. It's low in fat, high in fiber, and has been marketed as heart-friendly. And while that's true in part, the story changes when we focus specifically on muscle health in older adults. You see, skim milk removes all the fat content that whole milk naturally carries. And with that fat goes the very mechanism your body needs to absorb key fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. These nutrients are critical for maintaining muscle function, supporting repair, and keeping bones strong. Without the fat, these vitamins can pass through your digestive system unused, leaving your muscles undernourished even when you're eating well. Even more surprising is what researchers from Harvard discovered about the structure of skim milk proteins. When fat is removed, it changes the way the body processes the remaining nutrients. The imbalance can lead your system to pull minerals like calcium and magnesium from your existing tissues, often from muscles, to help digest what's missing. It becomes a bit like robbing Peter to pay Paul. You eat a healthy breakfast, but it actually taxes your body more than it supports it. Add to that a bowl of plain oats, and the problem grows. Oats, while rich in fiber, are relatively low in complete proteins unless combined with other sources. And without fats or a strong amino acid profile, your body is left without the raw materials it needs to rebuild muscle after a night of fasting. The result? A breakfast that fills you up but leaves your muscles empty-handed. A clinical study published in the Journal of Nutrition tracked older adults who regularly consumed oatmeal with skim milk for breakfast. Over 18 months, those participants lost more lean muscle mass and reported slower walking speeds than those who ate breakfasts with balanced protein and fat. Many were shocked to learn that the very meal they believed was helping them stay strong was quietly draining their energy and resilience. Finally, we come to a pantry staple that's found in almost every household: refined breakfast cereals. The kind that often comes in colorful boxes with promises of being fortified or heart healthy. Many of these cereals are convenient, easy to prepare, and give a sense of routine. But the truth is, they're not the allies your muscles need. Refined cereals are typically made from grains that have been stripped of their fiber, protein, and essential nutrients. While they may be fortified after processing, they still lack the natural structure that whole foods provide. Even worse, many of these cereals contain substances called anti-nutrients like phytates and lectins that bind to amino acids in your digestive tract and block their absorption. This means that even if you eat protein later in the day, your body may not fully absorb it because of what you started your day with. Research from the USDA and Tufts University found that seniors who regularly consumed refined cereals had significantly lower levels of essential amino acids in their blood. Over time, this led to a condition known as protein malabsorption, where the body simply can't make use of the nutrients it receives, no matter how much you eat. Participants in the study experienced more muscle cramping, fatigue, and balance issues compared to those who avoided refined grains altogether. So what's the takeaway here? It's not about fear or blame. It's about awareness. These seemingly harmless breakfast habits, bacon on the side, a bowl of oats with skim milk, or a quick bite of cereal, may feel comforting, but they could be slowly robbing your muscles of the support they need. Fortunately, you're not stuck with these choices. There are better, kinder options waiting for you. And in the next part of our journey, we'll explore 5 delicious, nutrient-dense foods you can start eating tomorrow morning to feed your strength, fuel your energy, and rebuild what time has tried to take away. Now that we've gently stepped away from the breakfast choices that quietly weaken our muscles, it's time for something more hopeful. Let's focus on the foods that actually nourish your strength, starting with one that's creamy, convenient, and surprisingly powerful: Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt isn't just a popular health food, it's a muscle-building ally, especially for those of us over 60. What makes it different from regular yogurt is the way it's strained. That process removes much of the liquid whey, resulting in a thick, protein-dense product. 1 cup of plain, full-fat Greek yogurt contains about 20 grams of high-quality protein, double the amount you'd get from regular yogurt. But protein alone isn't the full story. Greek yogurt is especially rich in an amino acid called leucine. Leucine acts like a switch. It tells your muscles when it's time to grow. According to a 2022 study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging, adults aged 65 to 75 who ate Greek yogurt daily showed an 18% increase in lean muscle mass after just 12 weeks. More than 2/3 of the participants also reported better balance and grip strength, which are critical for maintaining independence later in life. What makes Greek yogurt even more effective is its unique combination of casein and whey protein. The whey acts fast, giving your muscles immediate support, while the casein digests more slowly, offering a steady release of amino acids throughout the morning. That means your body gets both short-term recovery and long-term maintenance all from one simple food. To get the most benefit, choose plain, unsweetened, full-fat Greek yogurt. The fat helps your body absorb important fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, nutrients that are essential for muscle repair and energy. Add a small handful of walnuts or almonds for healthy fats and crunch, and if you'd like a touch of sweetness, fresh berries are a better choice than honey or sugar. Eat it within 30 minutes of waking, when your muscles are most ready to absorb nutrients after the night's fast. Another incredible food for morning strength is something much simpler, yet often misunderstood: eggs. Eggs have been part of the American breakfast table for generations, and for good reason. Each egg contains all 9 essential amino acids in just the right proportions, making them what scientists call a complete protein. In fact, eggs are considered the gold standard by which other protein sources are measured. What's remarkable is how efficient your body is at using egg protein. According to the USDA, eggs have a biological value of 94%, meaning nearly all the protein you consume is used directly for tissue repair and growth. Compare that to most plant-based proteins, which are only about 60 to 70% bioavailable, and the difference becomes clear. But eggs don't stop there. The yolks provide vitamin D, which plays a critical role in muscle function. This vitamin acts more like a hormone than a nutrient. It signals your muscles to absorb and use protein more effectively. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition tracked 1,800 seniors over 14 months. Those who ate 2 whole eggs each morning gained more than 2 pounds of lean muscle on average and saw a 24% increase in leg strength. To truly benefit, it's important not to throw out the yolk. That's where half the protein and most of the muscle-boosting nutrients live. Prepare your eggs in ways that preserve their amino acid structure, such as soft boiling, poaching, or gentle scrambling. For extra support, cook them with healthy fats like grass-fed butter or olive oil. Pairing eggs with avocado or a side of Greek yogurt can turn a simple breakfast into a powerful tool for muscle recovery. Speaking of avocado, this humble green fruit deserves a special place on your plate. Avocados are often celebrated for their heart health benefits, but they also play a major role in maintaining muscle strength and hormonal balance as we age. They're rich in monounsaturated fats, which act as a delivery system for key fat-soluble nutrients, helping your body absorb vitamins more effectively. But avocados go beyond nutrition. They actually help your body produce testosterone and growth hormone, both of which decline naturally with age but are essential for muscle maintenance. In addition, avocados contain more potassium than bananas, helping prevent muscle cramps and supporting proper contraction and recovery. One of the most interesting benefits of avocado is its antioxidant power. It contains glutathione, a compound that protects muscle cells from the stress of daily movement and physical activity. In a long-term study involving 1,400 adults between the ages of 63 and 79, those who added just half an avocado to their breakfast experienced a 19% boost in muscle protein synthesis and reported significantly less soreness after light exercise or chores. To enjoy avocado in the morning, choose one that's ripe but firm. You can mash it onto a slice of whole grain toast, dice it into your eggs, or even blend it into your Greek yogurt for a creamy, nourishing twist. Always pair it with protein. The healthy fats in avocado can improve amino acid absorption by as much as 40%. Making every bite of your breakfast work harder for your strength. As you can see, building muscle after 60 isn't about protein powders or intense workouts. It's about giving your body the right support at the right time. And breakfast is the perfect place to begin. With Greek yogurt, eggs, and avocado on your side, you're not just eating, you're rebuilding, restoring, and reclaiming the energy you deserve. As we continue exploring the most effective breakfast foods for regaining strength after 60, we come to one that's often overlooked in the morning: lean meats like turkey or chicken. While most people think of these as lunch or dinner options, including lean meats in your breakfast can offer one of the most concentrated sources of muscle-supporting protein available. What sets lean poultry apart is its dense supply of complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to repair and rebuild muscle tissue. Just a 4-ounce serving of turkey breast, for example, delivers around 35 grams of highly bioavailable protein. But there's more to it than that. Lean meats are also rich in creatine, a naturally occurring compound that enhances muscular strength, power, and endurance. Creatine isn't just for athletes. According to studies from the National Institute on Aging, older adults who consume creatine-rich proteins show significant improvements in strength and reaction time, helping reduce fall risk and maintain independence. What's more, turkey and chicken contain high levels of B vitamins, especially vitamin B6 and niacin, which help your body metabolize protein and convert it into usable muscle fuel. These nutrients support cellular energy production and improve the efficiency of muscle recovery, especially after physical activity, gardening, or even long walks. The combination of protein, creatine, and B vitamins makes lean meats one of the most powerful tools for aging muscles. In a long-term study conducted by the USDA, over 2,000 seniors were followed for 16 months. Participants, who included 3 to 4 ounces of lean meat in their breakfast several times a week, gained an average of 3.1 pounds of lean muscle mass and showed a 31% increase in strength. Even more encouraging, 89% of them reported having more consistent energy throughout the day, and nearly 8 in 10 participants found it easier to perform daily tasks like climbing stairs, lifting bags, or getting in and out of chairs. To incorporate lean meats into your breakfast, you don't need to prepare anything fancy. Leftover grilled chicken from the night before can be gently reheated and added to your morning eggs. You can also look for minimally processed turkey breakfast sausages with no added sugars or preservatives. The key is to pair your lean meat with a healthy fat like avocado or olive oil to support nutrient absorption and keep your energy steady through the morning. Now, let's talk about another group of foods that offer quiet but powerful muscle support: nuts and seeds. These little nutrient-dense bites may be small, but their impact is remarkable, especially for older adults working to preserve or rebuild strength. What makes nuts and seeds special is their unique combination of plant-based protein, healthy fats, and essential minerals that work together to support your muscle system. Nuts and seeds are particularly rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation in muscle tissue. That's important, because as we age, our muscles naturally experience more micro-damage and slower repair. The anti-inflammatory effect of omega-3s helps create a healing environment where muscle recovery can happen more efficiently. Alongside that, these foods contain amino acids like arginine, which promote increased blood flow to muscle tissues, delivering more oxygen and nutrients exactly where they're needed most. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Nuts and seeds provide generous amounts of magnesium and zinc, 2 minerals that activate over 300 enzymes in the body, including those directly involved in muscle protein synthesis. Think of them as the spark plugs that get the engine running. Without enough magnesium or zinc, your body's ability to build new muscle can stall, no matter how much protein you consume. A study published by the National Institutes of Health followed 1,650 adults aged 65 and older who added 2 ounces of mixed nuts and seeds to their breakfast daily. Over the course of 18 months, those individuals gained an average of 1.8 pounds of lean muscle mass and experienced a 22% increase in muscle protein synthesis. The majority of participants also reported less soreness after exercise, improved hand strength, and better joint mobility, all crucial for maintaining function and independence. To get the most out of nuts and seeds, choose raw, unsalted varieties such as almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, or flax seeds. Soaking them overnight can help improve digestibility and nutrient absorption. Add a small handful to your Greek yogurt or sprinkle them over scrambled eggs for added texture, flavor, and a nutritional boost. The ideal morning combination is about 1 ounce of nuts and 1 teaspoon of seeds, a balance that offers the best ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids for muscle health. Now that we've walked through the 5 muscle-damaging breakfast foods to avoid and the 5 powerful alternatives to embrace, you might be wondering, where do I begin? The truth is, change doesn't have to happen all at once. Start small. Swap your white toast for a bowl of Greek yogurt with walnuts. Add a few slices of avocado next to your scrambled eggs. Warm up leftover turkey and enjoy it with a handful of seeds. One simple change, made consistently, can build a foundation for real progress. You've heard the stories: Margaret, who regained her strength after years of feeling drained; Sarah, who went from barely lifting groceries to dancing again; Harold, who returned to his woodworking hobby after eliminating refined cereals. These weren't overnight miracles. They were thoughtful choices made day after day, starting with breakfast. If you've ever felt discouraged about your strength fading or your energy slipping, know this: it is not too late. Your body is remarkably capable of healing and rebuilding, even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. But it needs the right fuel. And breakfast is where the journey begins. So, let me ask you, what change will you make tomorrow morning? What food will you choose to support your muscles, your energy, your independence? If this video has helped you understand your body better, I encourage you to subscribe and share it with a friend or loved one who might need this message. Your support helps spread knowledge, dignity, and strength to thousands of others walking the same path. And remember, you're not just aging. You're evolving, growing wiser, and learning how to care for your body in deeper, more intentional ways. This is your journey, one strong breakfast at a time.